All right. Welcome to the next No BS meditation lesson. And it's going to be a different focus this time as far as technique, this sort of thing, because we're going to talk about something that I really haven't gotten into very much so far, besides just kind of grazing it on a very circumspect kind of way. One of the foundations of why you would even want to meditate has to do with a very specific reason. It's because somehow you may have probably realized that there's something key missing in the way you've been maybe going about taking care of yourself. And this is a very big thing that most of us avoid. So probably definitely guys more than anything. As taking care of ourselves, we just really, we do what we do. And of course, everybody's like this to one degree or another. But even women will, a lot of times, as far as being very nurturing, they have no problem being extremely nurturing of others. Family members, loved ones, pets. Same thing with guys. We don't show outward emotion to sometimes to people closest to us, but we're very loving towards our pets, and so on. Things that represent a kind of unconditional love back and forth. But one very interesting key thing that is missing in the entire puzzle of care for the self, which is a part of what meditation is. And this to me is one of my favorite parts because it's one of the things that I missed a great deal in my intellectual obsession with studying meditation and trying to improve myself, perfect myself, because that way I would then make myself, once I had perfected myself or worked on myself, then I would be worthy of all my heart's desires. And maybe, life would maybe get easier. At least that's the way the logic worked for me in a certain way. I don't know that maybe something else takes the place of that for many different people. Money could be, it's the most culturally accepted thing if you're not even just money, but well off, or just kind of having your life ordered. You have decent income, you can take care of yourself and hopefully have enough to nurture other people on some level and provide something for others, especially the people you care about. But even so, as much as I'm talking about this and it seems like I'm rambling, I'm still going around a very particular interesting center. And the center of that, which ironically is usually pretty obvious, is ourselves. We're the center of the game. And we're usually very good about pushing ourselves, being very, to one degree, either extremely hard on ourselves, and then inadvertently switching gears and being extremely, holding ourselves up pretty high next to other people, and how often we're not wrong and we're obviously right about why we do things and how we do things and so on and so forth. Out of all this that's missing is just something seemingly very simple, and it's a part of what this next lesson is actually about. And it's simply said, but more difficult to do, and it's an incredible valuable approach as far as laying the groundwork of your meditation, or at least some portion of your meditation to this. And it's based on some level on something called Tonglen practice, which is one of the first meditations instructions that were given to me when I became serious about meditating. Actually doing meditation rather than reading about it and trying to understand it and being comfortable with the fact that, I knew what it was all about, so I didn't really have to do it. I got it. Doesn't quite work that way. You got to do this. And then the benefits start coming. It's something that it's like gardening, you might say. You can prepare the ground, you can plant seeds. It doesn't matter how much you understand it, unless you actually do it. You don't have any vegetables or fruit to munch on when it comes time. So, what fertilizes this? What gives the ground the right kind of preparation? The rain that is needed for this fertilization internally, or to give this what this needs to grow. Love. It seems very simple. And you can throw the word love around left and right, and it means many things to different people, but on a very basic level, unconditional love is something that's understood by pretty much anyone, particularly having to do with what we love the most. And generally this involves, of course, you want to look to someone or something, and it's probably best to look to someone that you truly, deeply love. And just as you're sitting down, you structure yourself, and as far as you're standing or sitting, and you start to relax your body and start to, just kind of lay the groundwork as far as just pure relaxation of the moment. You want to attempt this experiment. Look into that emotion of just love for your mother, your father, a friend, whatever the focus may be. But the whole idea is to almost take that sensation that rises in you in seeing that other person in your mind's eye, and really acquaint yourself with the textures of this feeling, of this kind of opening, and how it feels in your body, how it feels in your mind, how you can think of a time that you felt this sensation most strongly. Of course, pets, anything at all that you absolutely love, this feeling of love for another individual, for another person, extremely important. Now here's the catch. When you feel this love, this overwhelming kind of just beautiful feeling and beholding this other person in your life who's still alive or maybe passed and so on, for a moment, turn it inward and feel it for yourself. Feel that sensation bloom inwardly for yourself. This is about cultivating self-compassion. Real, true, unconditional self-compassion. Self-acceptance for all of it. That same feeling that you have towards this other person who is in your life, who's important to you, that same feeling of compassion, feel that inwardly towards yourself. And sit in that like a warm fire, so to speak. Sit in that sensation. And as you observe your breath rising and falling, you observe the emotions that arise and different conflicts that arise, always letting go and coming right back to the sensation of being present and holding that sense of compassion and using that as an instrument to allow things to arise and to also specifically let them go and come back into your presence. And give that a try. And if you have questions and curiosities, as always, please comment or send me a message. And this concludes this lesson. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.